Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Kryptonian saying here, bringing you guys a review for One Piece chapter 967. And I gotta say, man, this was obviously a fan service type of a chapter, man. We get to see Roger and he's going to the various islands and he's low-key basically retracing all of Luffy's island by island steps. You know, we didn't see him start at the very beginning, so we didn't see him go to Alabasta and all that, but essentially we get to see Roger go to some of the key parts of Luffy's journey. So, you know, the one that kind of broke me was where we got to that panel where it was like, the Binks crew, get ready to head out. I said, oh, damn, man. That's wild right there. That's wild. That's gonna be Brook and them last journey. That broke me when I got to that scene right there. I was not expecting to see something like that. Like, I knew that Brook was around that time period, but damn, I wasn't expecting Oda to just slip that in there like that. That broke me to see that. Now, the other thing though that I found very interesting was the fact that, you know, right before they go to, I'm gonna call it Raftail because I know that Viz Media changes so much stuff with the R's and the L's, and so Viz Media has it as Laftail, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna change it. But the thing is that, you know, Roger's hacking, he's coughing, and when he says, no, we set sail now, it really looked like, okay, Roger knew, like, yo, I'm getting close to dying. It looks like that 1 year mark looked like it's already kind of coming very close to ending. But what got me on that was Buggy and Shanks never went to that final island, which, I mean, I could kind of understand why, because if either one of them knew how to actually get to that island, at the end of the day, that kind of defeats the purpose of what they're doing now. So I can kind of understand that part, but the foreshadowing that came in was like, Shanks is like, no, like, it's okay. I'll stay behind. I'll take care of Buggy. If we ever go to that final island, we'll go with our own crew. And this is like, oh shit, okay. Oda is gonna tie this up perfectly. You can already see how this is being telegraphed, where Luffy and Shanks are gonna be the final ones on that final island. That's gonna be very interesting to see how that's kind of played out. I'm calling that shit now. I know like 1,000 people probably already did it, but Luffy's gonna give that fucking hat back to Shanks in the last chapter of One Piece, man. I think Oda's going for that shit. Like, I really do. I think Oda's going for something like that, because I mean, Shanks has a connection to the final islands. I mean, kind of makes sense to go that route. So I thought that was kind of cool to see that aspect of it there. I also thought it was very interesting that, you know, like Oden, even though he wasn't actually on his island, you know, Oden, he could sense that there was something going on there. And the leader in him wanted to go back, but Oden also understood that, like, yo, I'm on a once-in-a-lifetime journey right now. Like, if I step off of this is gonna be it. And that's one of those things to where it's just like, you know, when you go for everything that they tell you can't have, everybody said Oden's never gonna set sail on the sea, he's gonna be a failure. He's out there, he's living his best life, but he knows that he has responsibilities back home. And so it's a double-edged sword. It really is. And so I thought that was a very interesting thing to actually have Oda actually kind of show that internal struggle right there. I thought that was kind of cool. And, you know, Kanema and the rest of them are trying to tell him, like, yo, you know, things are definitely going sideways. And this is probably one of the biggest what ifs in the series. You know, what if Oden actually went back to Wano? Have things actually fallen that far? Has Kaido already showed up on the island at that point? That's gonna be interesting to see whether or not that's something that gets addressed. But the fact is that, you know, I think that if Oden would have went back in that time, they probably could have reversed everything. But this is also one of those things to where if he doesn't go, Roger doesn't actually get to the One Piece. So I thought that was kind of interesting to see that moral dilemma right there. Now, I will say I did think that, you know, just seeing more of Roger's personality in a lot of ways reminds me of Luffy. And that kind of goes back to it. I really feel like those two on some level might be related in some kind of way. I might be wrong, but it might just be one of those things where Oda just has like the archetype on there. I think that's kind of where that's going there. I think that's just one of those things to where it's just like, yeah, they share some personalities. And so, you know, this is just setting Luffy up for eventually being the next king of the pirates, because so many people say that Luffy reminds them of Roger. So I'm completely okay with that part. You know, same thing. I thought it was kind of cool where we see Frankie, and Frankie's like, I never want to be a pirate. It's like, yo, you are going to be a voyeur pirate. You're going to be stripping down, going nude, flashing yourself. You're going to be building all kind of ships. Like, you're gonna be one hell of a pirate one day. And I thought it was kind of funny to actually see that part right there. The same thing when you see Neptune. Neptune's like, ha, I'm still single. I don't have a child. And it's like, yo, how did Oda Hime and Neptune have sex? It's like the $1,000 question right there. How in the world was that possible? Because he would crush her. Unless I guess she got on top. That's the only way that kind of works right there. She got on top and rode it, but it's just like, he's so fucking huge unless he's got like a shrimp dick. That's the only way that happens. I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about how this big dude in Neptune actually smashed Oda Hime, because Oda Hime was so small. Oda got a fetish, man. You can't tell me otherwise, dude. Like, Big Mom is super big, and like, it's like Big Mom pussy about as big as a fucking ship. But you mean to tell me some average sized person fuck Big Mom? Get out of here. So I thought it was kind of funny to actually see. It's like, okay, Oda Hime's been around, and like Oda Hime got these dudes thirsting out here. And it's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Like, the king's gonna get the baddest bitch in the kingdom. So I thought it was kind of cool to see that. The same thing where you see Charlie. And Charlie at the age of 3 was spitting out these prophecies, man. That was a little unexpected right there. I know that, they said that, Charlie had been seeing those visions for a while. I don't recall him saying 3, but I mean, it's been 3 years since I did Fishman Island? Yeah, 2018. So it's been 3 years since I did Fishman Island. So I might be in need for a little bit of refresher on that one. But what I do like though is the fact that it's like, Oden looks at it and says, yeah, but see, this is the thing. There are different types of poneglyphs. And it's like, oh, okay, so this is where we got the moment where Roger realized, like, okay, there are different types of poneglyphs. And what I thought was interesting was the fact that they start talking about the Pluton, and they talk about how Shirahoshi's going to have that power unleashed in the future. It's one of those things to where you see so much stuff building up, and it really feels like whatever's getting ready to happen on that final island, whatever happens there, so many of the allies that Luffy made are going to come to Luffy's defense at that part, because the world government's hiding something there. That's kind of the thing. And I like how at the end of the chapter, you get this moment to where Roger's like, Joy Boy, I wish I could have been around during your time. And it's just like, who the fuck is Joy Boy? That's like the thing that I'm kind of wondering, like, who the fuck is Joy Boy? Because like, it doesn't, like, I almost want to say, like, is he one of the original people with the last name, or not the last name, but with the initial D? Is that one of those things you're seeing there? And what's going on with, Roger? And like the other thing is, it's like they're setting up the whole thing with Roger and the fact that, Roger's saying, like, I feel like something huge is watching us. I can feel the same thing that Oden is feeling too. And it's just like, it's one of those things to where, like, that foreboding is there. That foreboding is there. So that's interesting to see how, Oda is just setting you up for what's probably going to be the last major twist of One Piece. So obviously there's going to be twists that come before this. So I'm talking like the last major twist before we get the conclusion of the series. That's interesting. He's already kind of setting this up right here. That's very interesting to see that, Oda's already doing that. So, overall, this was a cool chapter, man. I'm not even going to cap, man. This is a cool chapter. My chapter question to you guys is, out of all the islands that essentially Roger went to, which one was your favorite? And then the second question I have is, if Oden would have went back to Wano, could he have changed things? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.